Today is National Heat Awareness Day, and joining us is Chris Valletta and Dr. Douglas Costa. Welcome you two to the show. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Good. Doctor, let's talk about heat safety. And you say it's more than just protecting yourself, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of things to think about. With laborers, people have to work in the heat every day, or soldiers who have to do their job in the heat, or all of the millions of athletes across the country who are doing their sport, their practice or competition in the heat. It's a lot of different populations that have to think about heat safety. Exertional heat stroke is one of the three leading causes of death for those three populations. So we need to make sure that we educate these populations so that their supervisors, colleagues, parents, coaches, everyone is aware of the things that you can do to keep people safe when they have to do intense activity in the heat.
Yeah. Doctor, let's just, you said some very important people there. Of course, we talk about sports, we talk about the kids and everything here. And so, again, this is where we want to make sure people are staying very much safe and what's going on out there.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest things people can do are, making sure they stay hydrated before and during activity. Something really important is phasing in activity when it starts to get really hot, not doing the hardest activity that they plan on doing during the hottest times of the day, doing it maybe during the cooler times of the day, phasing in more time during the most intense time, environmentally speaking. But another huge, easy thing is keeping cool during activity. So like using cooling towels or, anything, water towels like that are in coolers and shade, or easy up tents, anything they can do during break times to introduce cooling really could help people stay safer, keep their body temperature down, and allow them to perform better.
Yeah, very important, especially us here in Arizona. We know the heat. Chris, let's talk about what the National Heat Safety Coalition is all about.
Sure. The National Heat Safety Coalition is an independent division of the Corey Stringer Institute at the University of Connecticut. Corey Stringer Institute is the preeminent authority in the world of heat safety across the globe. And the National Heat Safety Coalition was established to generate awareness around heat safety for our labor force in the United States. Believe it or not, heat is the #1 weather-related killer in the United States. It sends close to 70,000 people a year to the emergency room, and workers that have to be in the heat day in and day out. There are massive losses between heat illnesses, insurance losses, labor losses. And this is projected to be in the trillions of losses, over the next couple of decades. And the NHSC was founded with the sole purpose to generate awareness, talk about which solutions are available, and also to help advise and guide the regulatory bodies that are putting in laws that are going to protect workers.
Yeah, and I think also too, Chris, one thing that's important is that this coalition is looking at every different state. It's not just doing a blanket, because again, here in Arizona, we start getting hot right at, 6 o'clock in the morning or somewhere around there. Other states might be later. And that's something that's so important, because if you put a blanket on it, then you're not really helping people who are out in the heat at all. You're really hurting more people. And I think that's what's so great about this. And that's something you're looking into too, right?
There's no question that your geographic location in the United States plays a significant part in your exposure to the heat. But I think much deeper than that is creating that awareness level with safety managers and employees who recognize the symptoms of a heat-related illness. As you start to get fatigued or lightheaded, you've got to be able to not only understand what you are feeling personally, but you also have to be able to recognize those symptoms in your colleagues and teammates. And that is part of the coalition's work, is to raise and generate the awareness, much in the same way that awareness was generated around, skin cancer and exposure to the sun, and really the advent and explosion of protecting yourself from the sun. Protecting yourself from the heat is critical to safety. It's critical to performance. And it is going to become a major component to the labor force because of the efforts of the Heat Safety Coalition.
Yeah, very important. And I want to leave with you, Doctor, and that is, of course, advice that you can give people about maybe not trying to keep up with the Joneses when it comes to being out in the heat. What do you say about that, Doctor?
It's a good point. Everyone has a different capacity. Like some elite athlete or some elite soldier could maybe do more activity in the heat. But you got to just listen to your body. And you got to be willing to keep an eye out for your colleagues and others as well. So when you're not feeling well, maybe you're coming off of an illness, or you're still sick, or you're coming back from an injury or a vacation, or you're trying to do a new job or a new task, it's going to be tougher in the heat. And just listen to your body. If you're not feeling well, dizziness, headache, nausea, vomiting, just something more extreme than usual, listen to your body, back off the intensity, get to some shade, and avoid something, very serious happening.
Perfect. Thank you, too. Where can we find out more information?
Well, you can certainly learn more about the National Heat Safety Coalition by going to heatsafetycoalition.com. And you can learn more about products and things you can do to help keep yourself safe and improve better in the heat by visiting mission.com. Mission has a full portfolio of cooling products that'll help keep you and your family safe and protected.
Well, I'll tell you, a very important day that we need to observe every day, especially out here in Arizona. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Stay safe.